Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking around. We've defeated the gremlins. We've exercised the computer demons, and we're back for the rest of today's episode. I'm excited to see what's going on. So let's get back to it. So the last thing we saw was Sister Sias asking Malik to please, for the love of whatever God you choose, help us out of our terrible mess. Yeah, that's right. You got the full Obi-Wan, except she's not a hologram. And so she's gone to tend to folks. I guess, Malik, do you go and gather everyone together?
Yes,
okay.
I sure do. Except obviously Little Fox, who is disguised as someone that I didn't see.
So, Little Fox, do you want to do anything with your disguise before we?
No, I think it's more trouble than it's worth now. I mean, I'm gonna try to go catch up with Ishii, maybe while still disguised. But if Malik comes to try to grab everyone, I will undisguise.
Okay. I got a tent I need to sneak into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want to try to do that? You want to try to do that now, or?
I mean, I
haven't to Malik first.
I haven't heard anything from Malik yet, so.
Well, you heard that whole conversation, so you know.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
All right. So where do the three of you meet? Just out, or four of you, I guess, out in the open somewhere, or? I guess there's not a lot of room. You could see the map.
Well, if Malik's right there, I'm just gonna poke my head out then.
Okay.
I'll draw my disguise and come over.
Okay.
No ping as usual.
I poke my head out of the tent and be like, I'm a bit busy.
Well, you'll be a lot busy for a long time if we don't find out what this guy wants.
I mean, I'm sure that will happen anyway, but sure, okay. I was thinking going to the jungle and everything is a big task, but you're probably thinking of something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I shouldn't talk about this here. Never mind.
Ominous.
After this, I can't imagine keeping him waiting is going to do us any favors. But the commander, I say, because I might be within earshot if he's creepily listening out.
Yeah, I mean, he's at most 30 feet from you, so.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, I guess we go in the tent.
Okay.
And please, good behavior.
You say that like I'm not always well behaved.
I walk off. I walk into the tent.
Okay. All right. So the four of you are now inside the tent of Commander Niles Breakbone, who I've described the tent before. Niles as being a man somewhat on the edge, and he's looking at the map when you come in. And Malik, you're a smart fella. You observe that the map now has he has some little some statues, some little carved tokens he's placed on the map. And listen, he just wanted to call you in here to see his new Tyranids. But he's got a new one. There's a new little gauntlet, and it's set out in the jungle. And when you walk in, he looks up and he says, well, that was quick. Good work. And he's only talking to Malik. He says,
thanks.
As I said to Malik here, I'm going to need to make use of the lot of you. You've seen the camp. You know the situation that we're in. This is a struggle of life and death down here, and I need to use every possible opportunity I can to win that struggle. And he turns and looks at you, Arcturus, and he says, you've been assisting with Sister Sias. You're going to continue doing that. We have far too many ill to let you leave now.
Why, yes, I was going to heal them and then leave.
He says, one thing at a time. But you're under her command now. The three of you, and he turns and looks at you. And he looks at you like, yo, I am talking. Like he just snaps his head to you, like.
Command? I'm sorry. Maybe my common isn't as good as I thought it was.
Well,
I'm under no one's command.
Well, I don't know what language they speak wherever you're from, but you're under my command. You're in my camp. That means you're part of this force. Unless you have something more important to do than help us fight evil.
Well, actually, yes, we're here to end a death curse.
He shakes his head. Not tonight, you're not.
I mean, that's true.
He looks back at the other three of you, and he says, "You three are obviously skilled combatants, and I'm going to need to put that to use." And he looks down at the map, and he says, "I've got a squadron of 6 men. You're going to take them and one of my captains out into the jungle."
He's a skilled combatant too. Pointing at Arcturus.
Quite.
Yeah. Again, like. He's the clock of like how many times you can the clock of how many times you can interrupt Commander Breakbone continues to tick towards midnight, and he says, "The 3 of you are going to take these men out into the jungle, and you're going to go on patrol." He points down at the map, and he says, "We lost a patrol out here some days ago." And he looks back at you and he says, "You're going to go and find them for me, bring them back if they're alive, and if not, well, map out the area and come back." And he looks at you, Malik, and waits to see if you say anything.
We will return with word as to what transpired to your soldiers.
Do you regularly send men out without a healer? Seems rather unwise. Where I'm from, I know that you're not familiar with it, but where I'm from, we always send groups out with a healer.
Please.
And
yes, Malik.
He takes a step towards you, like gets up in your space, Arcturus, and looks at you. How tall are you?
Like 5'8".
Okay, all right. So yeah,
I don't know Canadian measurements.
I mean, you don't have to tell me in centimeters. He looks at you. He looks down at you a little bit. He's not super tall, but he's taller than you. He looks down.
Oh
at
no,
you.
I'm 5'3". I'm very short.
And he says, "Listen to me. I don't care what it's like where you're from. I don't care if clerics rain down from the sky. I don't care if you live in a castle made out of candy floss. Here, we don't have a lot of healers to go around, and now I have a new one. So you're going to see Sister Sias for your assignment, and until I say otherwise," she says, "jump. You say, how high? Do you understand me, amphibian?"
The meaning of your words is quite clear, but I don't think you understand us. We're not here to be at your beck and call.
You can hear his teeth grinding while you're talking.
We are here out of kindness to assist you.
When my captain brought you in from the jungle and you walked through those gates, you became my property. And if you don't like it, you can join Simber and that filthy dinosaur of his in the cage.
See, I was going to ask about that. Oh. Yeah.
And I look over at Malik, who's probably been like, what is your reaction? Because you're the talker person usually.
Arcturus,
What do you
please do as the commander asks. For the time being, we will return soon. And
I
we
assume
can
that
have a conversation
property
with you.
statement is just supposed to let lie.
So Alec, when you're like, yo, like calm everybody down, Breakbone is like staring at you, kind of like taking your measure. Arcturus, does Malik convince you to like let it go? Like does Malik take control of the situation, or
do you?
I mean, do you want to make a roll?
I'm like half and half either way, honestly. So like if you wanted to just like see how persuasive you are.
Why not?
Because like I could go either way with this. Like I don't really have.
So we'll just set the DC at like 10 then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
DC 10 persuade check. Nice. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I go with it.
It's like, please do what the commander says for now. We will return soon. We're not leaving you here.
Hey, little
And
fox.
so hold on before you get a chance to say anything, Ishi. The commander reaches into his inventory slots and tosses something metal on the table in front of Malik. You hear it like clang onto the table, and he says, "Can't have you in command without one of those. Now, get your men out of here, Lieutenant." And you look at the table, and there's like a blood-stained Order of the Gauntlet like badge, and he looks at you like. You know that in taking it, you're like it's implying to him that you're complicit in this. That you're like, yes, sir.
With a flourishing bow, I pick it up and clean it of blood and attach it to myself.
All right. Yeah, he grins. This is the first time you've seen him like smile, and he salutes you, and he says, "Welcome to the front. I'll have the captain meet you within an hour. Now, you're dismissed."
I'll turn and I'll walk out.
Okay.
Hey, little fox.
So do you all follow?
Did you notice all this stuff?
Yeah, everybody else sees. You see the treasure in the corner. Ishi, you don't know what the sword looks like, but god damn, like the scabbard. If the sword is as nice as the scabbard, it's gonna be some good stuff.
Yeah, and as we're walking out of the tent, I'm just like, this whole situation has a bad taste in my mouth, but those men are dying, so I will do what I can to help. I like look over to Malik, and I look over to like Ishi and Little Fox, and I'm like, I hope that you.
I mean, it's okay, Arcturus. Just ask your new owner to let you come with us instead.
And he's just like, he's basically doing
this is Ishi's like a total read of the situation, by the way. Like, oh yeah, okay, property, right? He owns us. Okay, fine.
And Arcturus just like bites his tongue at because that was his big like, okay, now I'm not okay with this moment. And Malik was just like calm, and so I did. And then Ishi like re-says it, and I'm just like. And I like look at all of you and I'm saying, I hope you don't die. And I turn around and go back to the medical tent.
I also hope that.
Okay. So you go back to the tent. And the three of you, do you just like hang out front talking, or what do you want to do?
Little foxes, can't help but be drawn to the incredibly symbolic goats who are also their property and are covered in flies and dying of sickness in a mud-filled
yeah.
pool
All right,
of their
so
own
you
shit
go,
in the middle of the jungle.
The group of you go over to the goat pen to have a talk.
And this is a way that she can, without speaking, like make her whole point, is just by standing them next to this, this thing that will just stand in place of her whole statement,
Perhaps we were the goats all along.
And Malik says, kind of under his breath, and he's like, I do not plan to return here with the intention of taking any more orders from Commander Breakbone. I think they are going to be the last ones that he gives in this camp. We can't let it carry on like this.
Okay, but I was already working on a plan when you took orders from the guy. All that stuff that he has, I bet it belongs to the cage guy. And he said he was part of a secret organization that he didn't keep very secret from me. And that he could get out of here if he had his stuff and like the key. Also, what rank is that badge that you have?
Malik looks at it and he says, I have no idea.
Adam, is it a captain's badge or is it like a sergeant's badge?
It's a lieutenant's badge.
Lieutenant's badge.
Yeah, there's
Is
a
a lieutenant-
dead lieutenant somewhere. The
Is a
way
lieutenant higher rank than a captain?
no, the way it goes is currently the officers they have are, I think, three captains. There's Commander Breakbone who's in charge. There's two captains, Captain Firebeard and Captain Selhana, and then there are the guards. There's Sister Sias and her like acolytes who aren't technically like spellcasting like priests. They're like religious Templars, and then a whole bunch of like Chultan like hunters and scouts, people who were like kind of dragged in when they showed up. People who lived in Port Nanzaro or in the villages like nearby who were given a reason to come along. So lieutenant is the lowest officer rank.
Okay, well, it's something.
No, I'm sure we can use their help when we return. I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
So we're gonna go do this thing and then come back and trash the camp?
Not necessarily trash the camp, but
probably have to if you're planning to negotiate anything with that guy.
don't worry. I've been working on something. I think I'll just need a little bit more time out in the jungle to perfect it.
Little Fox, you see a woman who is dressed in splint armor, who looks like she's like on duty. She's got her boots on and her sword and stuff. You see her for a second as she goes into Breakbone's tent. If I were casting her, she would be like Selma Hayek from like the 90s. Not like now Selma Hayek, but Selma Hayek from like the mid 90s. But she has a haircut that used to be short but has grown out, so it's kind of like just below her ears. She casts a look over at you and then goes into the tent. You notice that.
A look at me like,
huh? Like just she notices the three of you standing by the goat pen.
This is probably our other captain.
Yes. Yeah, you get that impression.
Yeah. Little Fox is just like fuming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like steam is coming out of her ears. She's real pissed off. But her friends are all being whatever it is that they're being. And she's just kind of getting like tugged around because she's attached to them. Because, yeah, if she had her say, she would just like punch a hole in the wall and leave. And that would be the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
We might come to that. We'll see. So she's just biding her time.
Okay. All right. So yeah, if you're all just standing around like talking and kind of waiting, the woman comes out of the tent and starts walking over towards you. Do you say anything?
I'll walk to greet her and I'll do an approximation of a salute.
She looks at you and kind of like wrinkles her nose, and she says, "Lieutenant." And so you can see her up closer now. She's either Omnish or Tetherian or maybe like Northern Kalashite. Hard to tell. Kind of dusky skin, shiny dark hair. She's dirty like everybody. Kind of like brown amber eyes, and wearing like splint armor with the tabard of the order over it, and she has a captain's insignia on her shoulder. And she looks you up and down, and she says, "Do you know what happened to the last man who wore that badge?"
I can only imagine something suitably horrific based on my previous experiences of the jungle.
She shrugs. She's like, "Listen, if I had a terrifying story to tell you, I would, but I don't know either. But I think you're probably right, something bad." And she puts out a hand instead of saluting you.
Yep. I'll take it.
She says, "I'm Captain Salhana." You shake hands. She says, "Ord told me about you when he came in. I guess I'm taking you out into the jungle."
It seems that way. Looking for a lost patrol?
They're dead. Everyone knows they're dead. We're just going to go and find out what killed them and if they have any gear that we can bring back. Breakbone thinks that pretending they're still alive will give the people hope, but she shrugs. Hope's hard to come by in this place. At least he's trying.
He's certainly trying.
She looks around and she says, well, hey, at least you're going to get your friends out of this hellhole for a while, at least.
Most of them. Can I inquire as to what the fighting strengths and styles of the rest of these members are going to be? I'd rather know what we have going in.
She looks around and she looks past you at the pen of goats, and she's like, just a little bit better than that, and points at one of the goats. And the goat is like, bah.
Man, these goats are great at buying on cue. Like
they're very dramatically appropriate goats. They know what's up. They know their cue. They're guild. It's fine.
Yes. With our friend indisposed at Sister Sias's command, I suppose, then you don't have much choice. We should get moving as soon as we can. Are we going this night, or are we waiting till tomorrow?
She says, well, Breakbone wants us to leave now, but I bought us some time. We don't have to go until the dawn. Besides, it'd be suicide to travel by night. You've been in the jungle already?
We have some weeks.
And she looks past you at Little Fox and Ishii, and she says, I'm sorry. And she takes a step forward, and Little Fox, she puts her hand out to you.
I give her a firm handshake, displacing a certain amount of my anger into it. Like,
yeah. So she does that thing. She does that thing where she like kind of gets up on her tiptoes a little, like you. And she shakes her hand, and she's like, wow, you're a strong one. Looks you up and down. Well, you're worth at least 3 or 4 of these. Look, it's not their fault. They're all sick.
And yeah, she has said nothing to this woman either. Just like reaches out, crushes the hand a little bit, and then retracts and goes back to staring at the goat.
She looks at you, Malik, and she says, she speaks common.
She does when she thinks there's something worth saying.
Strong and silent type. I appreciate that. And then she looks at you, Ishii. Do you say anything?
Hi.
She laughs. She's like, hello. I like your hat.
Thanks. I think I'm going to be getting a better one soon.
She laughs and she says, listen, whatever gets you through the night.
Are you the one coming with us on this trek?
She nods. Yes.
Jungle's not very comfortable.
Well, when you've been in here for 2 weeks, jungle's fine enough.
You know, I've seen worse places.
I don't doubt that.
Sewers are bad, especially in Baldur's Gate.
She nods. She says, too cold for me.
Fair enough.
So she looks back at you, Malik, and she says, we're going to be gone a long time. I've got men gathering supplies, but if there's anything you need to do in the camp, do it tonight. And she like realizes what she's saying, and she's like, but stay out of trouble.
How long are we expected to be? I saw the commander gesture to the map, but he didn't allow me to have a proper look.
Let's take a look at let me mark your player's map.
Yep. Make that quest marker.
Have I loaded the player's map? Yes, I have loaded already. Good for me. Okay. Let me copy a little X here, and I will place it.
And then like the quest is in a cave, and you keep walking on the mountain on top of the cave, being like, the map says it's right here, and you never find it.
There's no treasure chest. It's actually in the clouds above you.
Yeah. God,
There's
no.
no
The closer you
indicator.
get to the quest, the louder your HUD will go boom, boom, boom. Okay. There you go. So it's about 40 miles north of where you're at.
We're not on the world map.
Oh yes, I guess I'll show you. I suppose the players can look too. All right, there you go, nerds.
All right. Load up all those individual tokens.
Right, if this is the first time you're loading the screen, give it a second. I always preload. So yeah, it's not directly, but it's very close to directly north of where you're at.
Oh yeah, I see where you're sending us.
Okay. That's actually perfect.
Okay, but we can't go that far without Arcturus.
And she
No, we're going to need to find a way to bring him with us. While his talents are useful here, we'll need to convince the commander that they are...
No. I heard what he said. It was a handoff to the other healer lady. She's Arcturus's owner now, so we have to talk to her, and then she's the one.
Very well. I'll do my best to convince her. Why don't you get acquainted with the men that we'll be spending the next week or so with?
What do you think, Little Fox? Should we talk with the people? Yeah.
And she like makes eye contact with you, and just like is stony faced and angry.
Is the intention that you're having this conversation more or less like privately now, like that you?
No,
okay, so
not
the
at all.
captain is still there.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that looks like a yes. I'm gonna take that as a yes. All right.
So the captain says to you, Malik. She says, "Well, get your operatives in order, Lieutenant. I'll see you in the morning." And she turns around and walks away through the puddle of filthy, mosquito-infested water.
I cleaned up the mosquito-infested water.
Well, you can't clean up all of it all at once.
Yeah, I can. 10 gallons.
Yeah, 10 gallons in one place, right? It's not 10 gallons.
30 feet of me.
Yeah. Okay.
In any direction. At least 3 of those puddles are within 30 feet. I measured this last time.
Okay, well, fine.
That puddle is non-existent.
Fine. She walks through
Bye,
some mud.
puddle. Let's scribble it out.
Through the patch formerly known as a puddle.
That's right.
There you
Okay,
go. Look at this.
so what are you going to do? You have, sleeping would be a good call. But you have the rest of the night, so.
Yes. I say to the other two before I go over and speak to Sister Sias. I say, I had a brother who joined the military. Died less than a year in. I always wondered what it was like for him. And then walk off.
Probably worse than this.
Yep, he shrugs as he heads over to the tent.
Mm-hmm.
Ishi's like counting on her weird 3-fingered hands or whatever, how many brothers and sisters she has that have died doing various things.
Just various things. All sorts of things.
Even being a kobold carpenter is a hard life.
And then Sneaky died. Doing what you'd think from the name, sneaking. And
Okay.
I like your Ishi impression.
It's good. Okay, so who has things they want to do? Do you want Malik? Do you want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, you can't knock on a tent, so I'll just go inside.
Okay. All right. So, are you looking for Sister Sias?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll say she's in this tent then, with Arcturus.
Okay.
Okay, so you
he
walk.
has his kefir kind of up over his nose and stuff, just to not try and breathe in all the sick people.
Totally. So there is a somber air to the place, and there's actually some incense that's burning. There's a man lying with his arms over his chest, and he has a sword like under his arms, and there's like a shield. There's a shield that's lying next to him, and Sister Sias is like muttering a prayer over him, and the other sick men are kind of like either if they're awake or conscious, they're looking on nervously as though looking into their own future. But she finishes and she stands up. She shakes her head, and two of the other soldiers, the guards that are in the room, like pick the guy up and take him out of the tent. And Sister Sias basically kind of goes from like priest mode to like, all right, now I got to fix whoever's next. And then she turns and sees you and gives you a look like, make it quick. What the hell do you want?
Right. Yes. Sorry. We have need of Arcturus. We're being sent, as I'm sure you know, out. He's invaluable to our group. I'm not sure we'll survive the patrol without him.
She gestures at the like dozen sick men and women in the room, and she says, "But what about them?"
Call me a fatalist, if you will. But I believe here it's prolonging the inevitable.
I mean, most of these men just have like a disease or various different diseases that can be cured. Time, cleanliness, magic.
I have no doubt there is much good work that you could do here. However, there are more pressing matters to deal with, I think. There would be, or change would be brought about more easily, the kind that you need to properly treat these people. If you could do us this favor now, please.
She shrugs. She says, I'm just a Templar. I have no command here. And she looks at Arcturus. She says, I can't make you do anything you don't want to do. If you want to go with your friends, go with your friends. But the commander's not going to be happy about it.
I look to Malik and I look to the Sister Sias and I look like in the direction that I assume the commander is. And I say, this is all quite confusing, but since my free will apparently has been taken from me, I am yours to command, Lieutenant.
Gives like this really like, that's fine. I will look like the bad guy for now. I won't say anything, not in the presence of all these dying people. And nods. He says, yes, we have need of you. But we will be back.
So you have to know that this isn't going to be enough. Like if just because Sister Sias is like, whatever, you make the choice, do what you want. The commander isn't going to be like, oh, okay, bye, Arcturus, right? Like the captain, like there's more convincing that needs to happen here before you're going to be able to just walk out the front door with Arcturus.
Okay. In which case, Arcturus, come with me for a moment, if you would.
I like shrug and walk out.
Mm-hmm.
Small cut to Little Fox and Ishi talking, and then being like,
you know, we don't have to do any of this stuff for these people. But if we leave, then we have to leave with everybody. So I'm not going to leave Arcturus and Malik here trying to figure this stuff out. I mean, we were doing just fine in Yanzaru before they showed up, and then we got arrested, and those things are not related, but we were doing fine.
Yeah, and Little Fox is just like with her arms crossed. She's like, shouldn't have come here. I hate this place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but
kicks the dirt.
Okay, but here's a thought. We could just kill the commander. It would probably be better for everybody.
It's clear to you that Little Fox really wants to go on a murder rampage.
Mm-hmm.
There's just like this little switch that you would know. Ishii would know that the
Okay.
okay. She's mad.
No. I can see that you're angry, but I don't mean all of them. I just mean that one guy.
And she's just like, what's the difference? Jungle killed them all anyways.
Yeah,
and
but
then she's gonna go on a bit of a rant here about how like if there were furbolgs in the woods, these people would all be dead. They would there would be no sign of this camp anymore, right? Like, but it's mostly just with like her just like gesticulating because she's just so angry and she's not allowed to kill these people and she doesn't like problems like that. So she just kind of like stamps her feet and gestures out to the woods.
Okay, look. We know where the stuff is now. We can get the guy and his dragon friend, or not dragon, like a dinosaur friend, out of the cage. Get them their stuff, and then they can help us kill the commander too. See?
And yeah, I think she just at this point like sighs and her shoulders drop, and she's just like, like shakes her head and sits down.
Yeah, okay.
Like shoulder pats,
Mm-hmm.
because your shoulder is at a height I can reach.
All right. Well, just follow Malik and do the thing and figure it out from there. I'm not any more happy about this than you. I would solve the problem a different way, but I'm not any more happy about this than you.
All right.
Yeah.
just a little bit of ranting.
Totally. So, Malik and Arcturus, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, just move a little distance away. And gesture for him to stand with me.
Mm-hmm.
I say, if you want to stay here and heal these people, you're more than welcome to. But I'd like to try and come up with a way to convince the commander that you're going to be more useful coming out with us. Before.
You seem to be doing a great job of convincing him before.
Well,
I want to heal these people, and then I want to leave. This man has no say over my tasks in this place, and no say over yours either. I don't know why you just keep going along with him. We have a task. It was set to us. To end the death curse, we must go to Orlunga, not to wherever he wanted you to go. These people are dying. My God would ask that I do what I can to help, which is exactly what I will do. I just need one rest. I will use my magic to heal them the amount that I can, and then I would like to leave.
We're going to have to leave at dawn. We'd be leaving without you. It's your choice. I can't.
I'm sorry. You are leaving at dawn with this commander's contingent to look for people in the jungle to the north. And you say that either I go with you on this commander's mission, or what? I stay here as a slave.
He shrugs at you.
And I look over at, like, to see where Little Fox and Ishii are, and I'm like, and everyone just agrees that this is the way to deal with this situation.
No, This is not how we're going to deal with this situation. However, instead of arguing about this and having the rest of the camp over here, I'm playing along for now until I get an opportunity to properly rectify it.
I'm no good at sneaking. I'm no good at concealing my motivation.
No. I want to help these people as well. I don't have healing magic. I don't think healing magic is going to save them, even if I did.
Do what you will. I will cast what magic I can in the morning, and then I would like to leave, but I don't wish to go north into the jungle on a suicide mission. Take that as
Moved for now.
And then I just probably go back into the tent to medicine.
You go back to medicine. Okay. All right. So you're gonna head back to the tent, and I guess, is there anything anyone wants to do at night? Like, it doesn't sound like Operation
I still have things to steal.
rob and murder. Okay, so Breakbone doesn't seem to like leave his tent. People come
God
to
damn
him.
it, Breakbone.
Like you'll need to create an opportunity for this to happen.
Okay.
Which I think you can do. It's just a question of figuring out how. Right.
There's nothing that wouldn't lead directly back to me that I can think of right now.
Light something on fire.
I mean, you're sneaky, right?
Yeah, I guess I could, like, I don't know. The latrines are probably pretty flammable by now, manure-wise.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna light one of the latrines on fire.
Dangerous business. Okay. So walk me through this plan.
Okay, so I have a flint and steel.
Yeah.
Just get some light kindling, put it behind one of the latrines, the latrine boxes, and then light it on fire.
Right. So, okay. I mean, the wood is pretty damp, but
And then
we can try.
what after the fire?
And then sneak my way through the camp, back to the tent and try and check out Breakbone's tent while he's distracted by the fire and directing people to put the fire out.
The beauty of this plan is its simplicity.
The beauty of
it's
this
only
plan.
contingent on like 8 different factors, and
The beauty of this plan is its simplicity. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a quick break here, and you can think about the details of your plan, and when we come back, we'll execute. All right.
I'm gonna get locked in a stockade or
Yeah,
something.
probably.
I'm so excited.
Stick around. We'll be right back. Everything will be fine. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are going into the continuation of today's episode, and there's a plan to blow up the latrines, I guess, is the
I
thing?
mean, light it on fire, right? Like,
it's not going to
blow
just,
it
like,
up.
explode, but...
Blow it up is not in the plan, but... I mean, if it happens, it happens.
Okay. All right, so we'll give it a try, see what happens.
So I'm going to use my fire-starting tools
Okay.
to light this latrine on fire.
All right. Okay. So you want to sneak back there, I assume, first?
I do, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Do you want me to roll stealth again?
Yes, please.
Okay, here's the question. I spent my inspiration since I got it last. Do I have any more?
I don't think so.
Okay. Damn it.
Okay. So you got a 10. So let me see if anybody notices.
You can use the magic thing to make oil.
Oh yeah, the jug makes oil.
That's certainly possible. Yeah.
Damn it!
Oh shit. Okay.
I see you when you're sleeping. I know when you're awake.
It wouldn't have got me on my last stealth roll.
Okay. So you're hearing you go back there, and I think that Artis he's like, come to the back of the cage and he's watching you, and as you come up he's like, hey what are you doing? What are you doing back there? Did you find a key or?
I'm working on it.
And he looks at you and he's like, I don't understand.
Like the sparks.
Yeah, and I think that his friend puts a hand on his shoulder to get his attention, and Artis turns, and he's like, well, hello there, officer. Yeah, no, something about the latrines are off limits. Yeah, no, one of the other. I mean, I don't know, and he's talking really loud, like you can't hear. You can't hear the other. You can't hear the other guard talking. You just.
She like stops striking the flint steel. Is just like standing there in the back, like as low as she can.
And he says, "Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that they'll tell you eventually when you're going to be able to get back in there. But for now, no. Yeah, they're really, they're shut down. I'm gonna see if Artis can buy you some time.
Persuade him.
Yeah, to back off. He does have deception. He's quite good at it. Let's see how he does. Oh yeah, no problem. So you just hear a gruff voice be like, nah, fine, I'll just go in the jungle. And then, you hear the guard turn and walk away.
And I give a silent kobold thumbs up to my partner in crime and then begin striking.
And he looks at you like, what are you doing?
It's a distraction.
Okay, so what is your intent? What do you want to do?
My intent is to create a distraction that draws the attention of the commander.
Okay, so you want this to be bad enough the commander has to personally come and check it out. Yes.
I mean, it may have to grow from a smaller fire to a larger fire, but I need the commander to like get out of his tent.
Okay, yeah, sure, fantastic. That sounds like a great plan.
My intent, I wish to set these latrines on fire.
Yeah, I mean, your intent is you want to cause. Okay, all right, and you have a skill for this? You have tools.
Is there a skill for fire?
It'd just be survival for building a fire that works the way you want it to.
Yeah, survival.
Die of fate.
If this were Burning Wheel, there would be a very specific skill for this.
I don't have survival. I do have a 3 in it though, so I could.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's no arson skill in this game. So.
Well, here we go then. Oh.
I mean, a 10 is enough to make a fire. Which
she's a kobold. She's racially mischievous.
So you're just like, hey, and it starts to burn. And Artis just folds his arms and he's like, I'm curious to see where you're going with this. I hope it isn't us burning to death. And
it'll get you out of the cage.
His companion just stares at you, and he says, well, don't be so sure about that. And And then what do? So the fire has started. Smoke is
So I let the fire continue on its own, and I sneak away because
Mhm.
I need to be in a position where I can get into the commander's tent once the commander has left the tent. So I need to go over there.
Okay.
So that's my plan. I'm gonna hide outside the commander's tent until the commander leaves the tent. Now that the fire is going, I'm hoping that it will catch and continue to burn.
All right. Make another stealth check.
Okay. Damn it.
Oh my god. Okay, so you start to make your way over there, and I don't think you even get that far. You're weaving your way through the tents, trying to be sneaky, when you run into the fire, the smoke has started to come out, and you hear someone saying like, Captain, wake up. And bursts out of the tent in his nightshirt and nothing else is the captain. Captain was his
Firebeard.
Yeah, Ord. And he pops out and he's like, "What's going on? Is that smoke?" And he looks down at you and he squints and he's like, "What trouble are you getting into?"
What? Nothing. I was just walking here.
And he's like, I think he lunges out to grab you. Like, "You're not going anywhere. Come here."
Okay, but I'm far too slippery for such a thing.
You want to try to evade him?
Yeah, I don't want to be grabbed.
So let's make
Grab
a.
on.
Only Little Fox gets to randomly grapple me when it's necessary.
Okay, let's make an opposed athletics check.
Oh, okay.
It's typically athletics versus athletics/acrobatics.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
acrobatics.
Wouldn't
if
you
you
use
prefer.
I
dexterity?
have acrobatics for days, but no athletics.
Okay, yeah, you
so.
can use acrobatics.
Hey,
Okay, let me get this guy's character sheet. All right, so he's gonna lunge after you with athletics, and he gets 12. So you're too acrobatic.
Hey, don't be grabbing at me. People grabbing at me. I didn't do anything. There's something happening, but I'm not involved.
Okay, so he like lunges at you, and then one of the
Could have
other
been anyone.
one of the other guards is like, "I think there's a fire, sir," and he looks at you like, like I don't have time for this, and he says, "Get some men, get some buckets, let's go," and he rushes.
Don't you think maybe you should inform the commander of the fire?
I think he's completely stopped listening to you at this point. He's more interested in putting the fire out.
Yeah, if
Okay,
then I will say to him,
I will go and inform the commander that there is a fire.
and then go and do that.
Okay, so he doesn't hear that. You run off to do the
No,
thing.
so I head to the commander's tent and I open the I open the tent flap and I go,
Commander, there's a fire.
Okay, all right. So you just like burst in, and the commander is
Yeah.
sitting in his chair, just kind of staring darkly at the map. There's a glass with some like whiskey in it, and he's just staring and shaking his head when you come. And he like starts a little when you come in, and then you just burst in. You're like, "Commander, there's a fire." Okay.
Yeah, there's a fire on the far side of camp.
And you want to try to convince him to
to go
leave
and look
and go
at
check
it.
it out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's give you another roll. Make a persuade check.
Okay.
disadvantage. Come on, let's be honest.
I mean, yes, yeah, for real.
Thanks, Dave.
he hates you.
He does.
Yeah.
We got a 4 anyway. So
Really persuasive.
he just scowls at you, and he says, "Get out of here."
Are you sure you don't want to see what's going on, sir?
I think he looks around, and he grabs, I don't know, like probably like a boot or something, and he throws it at you, like, "Get out!" and like hurls it at you.
Okay, fine.
Like,
Scamper off.
get out of there, yeah.
Okay, so the fire you set and everything.
I guess I gotta go to sleep now.
Yeah,
That was
put
my
out.
plan.
That was your plan. Yeah, the fire gets put out, and and that's that. So, I guess, does anyone else have anything else to do this evening?
I'm just prepping my new spells for tomorrow.
Okay. So what, you have some different spells?
Oh, I'm just preparing Lesser Restoration and Prayer of Healing to heal these motherfuckers.
Okay. All right. So you prepare some spells, and then everybody, I guess, like finds a tent or something to sleep in.
I have my own tent. Well, Little Fox has my own tent.
Okay.
Yeah, you come find a little fox and just like pick
I
stuff
mean,
out of her bag.
I go and find Little Fox too, because that's where I'd be sleeping, wherever Little Fox is sleeping.
Yeah, I think we're gonna set up over in this corner where it's a little bit less shit than the rest of the camp. It's just a little less terrible over here, so this is where we're gonna set up.
Okay. All right. So you set up tents over there, and you sleep the night through.
I mean, honestly, judging from the looks of Sister What's Her Butt, I probably don't get to sleep that much.
Yeah. I mean, that's a thing. Like, you could just try to not be around, but she could definitely use your help.
I mean, I wouldn't just like be like, all right, you do the thing that's been exhausting you for untold weeks, and I'll just go have a nice full night's sleep. I would probably help her and like do like shift rest or something.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you get a chance to rest, and it's not great, but you're not exhausted or anything. So you get the equivalent of a long rest. It's just instead of watching, you spend some time helping her. So cool. There was a fire in the latrines, but it gets put out quickly. Nobody worries about it. And the next day, dawn arrives with no incident in the night.
We didn't do anything that was worth 70 experience points.
No, you definitely did not do anything worth experience points. I'm sorry.
So we didn't.
Are you sure that fire?
No, you
is
failed. You
worth
failed everything you attempted to do there.
No. Hold up.
No.
The one thing we might have earned XP from since the last time we got XP was if we consider Firebeard a challenge that we overcame.
Yeah, I think that's more fair.
Cross the river, yeah.
Yeah,
to get here in the first place.
The river itself wasn't a challenge, but
we gave him beer. We worked our way into his heart.
Yeah.
In my case, he wants to romance me because he thinks I'm an attractive giant woman.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a quick cable swap for a second, see if I can fix the other end of this thing. I wanted to pause it on a sec. Dave, can you, while I'm doing that, it'll only take me a second, can you figure out the XP value of, as my like backup DM, of what is he? He's a veteran, I think. Yeah, a single veteran for your party. Because I think it probably won't be enough to level, but that's all he was. So
Sure.
You figure that out. Wait, babe.
All I need is 5 XP.
It's going to be fun.
I need 45. God damn.
What do we got? We got a veteran. 700 XP.
Oh, okay. We're gonna level.
I think like my math is off because I have that I need 70.
Yeah, we do need 70.
Okay.
Oh,
So your math is off?
I don't know.
What
Maybe.
is everybody got some confusion?
So we've got one veteran, CR3 creature, 700 XP, 700 over 4 is 175 each. We do hit level 5.
4.
That's not adjusted. The adjusted and the total is the same.
Okay. Yeah, because it's only one creature.
Yep, 700 XP.
Okay.
So 175 each.
So that is enough.
Sweet.
Yep,
Cool.
2805, I believe.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah. So here's the thing. So the audio buzz that we're getting is only on y'all, which is to say most of the stream. I can kind of mitigate it a little bit, but it keeps popping up. And rather than try to get through the whole episode while dealing with it, I think we might have a bad.
You want to just call it here?
I think we'll probably just call it here. Y'all can level up, and we'll pick up. This has been a cursed episode, so
Yeah.
y'all can pick up next time.
I won't be here next.
Yeah, we'll figure it all out, but
Yeah.
we'll sort it out. Sorry everybody, things have been wonky this week. But we'll try to get everything up and going. I feel like this might be a hardware issue, which is a shame because you can't fix that while we're doing the stream. I'm gonna need a new cable. But rather than kind of fizzle everybody through their outros, because you're gonna get the crackle and you won't hear anybody, I would like to invite all of you to check out the various social medias of my dear friends here: Distracted Elf, Comedian Crow, Dave _the_human, and Bluejay _712. I hope you will come back again next time, and we'll try to get a whole episode out of the crew. Let's bid farewell to today's episode. We can throw it in the river, and we'll try it again. Thanks for coming. Thanks for sticking it out with us, and we'll see y'all next time.